I think when you're looking for a trekking company, what you should look for is somebody who has a great reputation, has a track history of working well with the Indigenous lads who become the porters, your carriers, because you have to have a great synergy with them. The company has to have a great rapport with the locals. I mean, the track passes through some private land areas. Most companies are going to look after you. Most companies are going to make sure that you have the right amount of backing, the right amount of support. But if you've got a reputable company with a good track record, you're going to get through to the other end without too many hiccups. On a personal level, what I was looking for was challenge, location, and historical significance. So, I mean, the challenge, if you think you can rock up a couple of weeks before and say, oh, I'll do a couple of walks and get out there and train, unless you're in your 20s and you're supremely fit, it's going to be a slog and you're going to hurt. So you need to train. It's a challenge physically. The location, some of the country you push through is phenomenally beautiful. It's insane how gorgeous it is. And the historical significance, just what our Aussie diggers did. I'm a real military buff and wanting to learn what has sat in front of, young men and the willpower they had to overcome. I love to learn about military history. And the only thing that separates them from me, you, and anyone else who wants to do it is the era they were brought up in. They are exactly the same as us, yet to stand in a foxhole and be told to sit there all night, and then there's 7,000 Japanese pushing forward at them, and there's 2 of them in the foxhole. What makes young men do that, So the historical significance of what our young Aussie diggers did, I just love to learn what has set this country up for the psyche of what we are. You learn so much on that track about what it is to be Australian. When you're on this trip, you think, well, I'm the great big white Aussie guy and I'm there and I can lift the heavy pack and I can do this on my ear. And you've got a little local Indigenous fella who helps you out and you think, oh yeah, look at the size of him, he's half my size. He'd still be going when I wanted to fall asleep and he'd be carrying twice my pack weight. They are phenomenal. They are really phenomenal. It's like their number one calling in life is to carry this pack, which I can't lift off the ground. What they do is superb. What they are capable of doing is unbelievable. How they interact with us when you put your packs down at night and how they are so warm and friendly. And even that gives you a feeling back to what it would have been like for the diggers who were there, because these guys, known as, in those days, Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels, what they were capable of doing, of carrying injured diggers out, making shelters for them out of the scrub on the side of the track within 20 minutes. Gee, that looks pretty good. There's shelter I could live under here. They are capable of so much. They're some of the best bushcraft that you'll ever witness. And their demeanour is so warm. They are so nice. When you go through some areas that are just big forest areas, with 100-foot trees, and then 100 metres away you'll hear one of the local lads sing and it echoes through the trees. I just stop sometimes, and on my phone I would have half a dozen occasions, still right now, where I just filmed just people around me and we're going, listen. And you'd hear their voices. And it's like out of a movie. You just think, I might never experience any moment like this again in my life. It's just incredible. It's insane. I want to feel moments like that again. And you stand there and you hear it and you're so broken down physically. Mentally it breaks you down, the physical aspect of it, and you think, that is some of the most beautiful singing I've ever heard in my life. The local guys, how you interact with them, how the guys from Getaway Trekking look after them, treat them, is fantastic. Well, the reason I chose to go with Getaway was because of their track record. The history suggests that they've done these treks so many times and done them so well, and the feedback was incredible when I actually looked into it and found out that they were very, very reputable. Their ability to relate, interact and coordinate with the local guys is fantastic. And when you first get there, the local guys come out on the first morning you're there, and you meet and you're paired up with your local guy, and they are the shyest race on earth. You look at them and go, gee, this bloke looks fearsome. He's only a little fella, but by God, he looks fearsome. And you go up and say, g'day, I'm such and such, and they'll go, hello. They can't look at you, they're so shy. But the Getaway trekking guys, their ability to relate, interact with them, as I said, coordinate with them. When I use the word coordination, that's what really strikes a chord with me and Getaway trekking. At the times, like, you have to carry your food, yet at one stage there's an airdrop, so we could get really, yeah, I mean, you're hiking, so your food is, you know what kind of food you're getting. And then halfway through the trip, you get to one town, there's an airdrop, and we ate chicken that night, fresh chicken. It was magnificent. I've never tasted chicken so good, and it was cooked on a campfire. So little things like that are just a little bit above and beyond what you might get at other. I'm not going to run down other companies here. They all do a great job, but this is a little bit above and beyond what you might get at the other companies. I will say I had the chief guide with us was Laurie, and fantastic bloke, brilliant at what he does. He has a huge floor though. He barracks for Essendon. It points off for that. So if there's any Essendon supporters out there, get Laurie, because he loves the Bombers. Actually, Laurie's identification of areas. I mean, one bit of the track looks pretty well the same as anything 50 metres down, but Laurie can stop and go, just look in there, and you'll find an old foxhole. And he'll be able to identify the date of the battle that foxhole had a fight, and there's another one 20 metres to the side of it. And he identifies all the battle sites and all those types of historically significant moments that you can just stand in wonder and look at the place. And so the only thing that separates me from seeing people charge up the hill, people standing in this foxhole here, is time. Hi, Dermot Brereton here, and just want to say to the guys at Getaway, and especially Laurie, thank you very, very much for making my trip across the track so special and important to me in my lifetime. Absolutely loved it. It is perhaps the best block of 8 days I've spent in the last 20 years, that I got something out of it historically, emotionally, physically. So to Laurie and the guys at Getaway Trekking, thank you so much. And just like in the words of the great General MacArthur, I shall return.